Charley Varrick is a chilling reminder that even the most harmless and 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 non-assuming of people can become absolute monsters if they allow money to become the priority of their lives and stop caring about other people. The movie focuses on Charley Varrick, played by Walter Matthau, who is a down on his luck crop duster slash stunt pilot, and he and his wife decide to get together and rob local banks. The the only the only problem is, and he actually has a decent plan. He decides to rob banks that aren't FDIC insured. That way it doesn't fall into the purview of the FBI. But when one man is shot dead and they shoot two cops dead in the robbery and his wife is wounded, that's when things start to hit the fan. It's here where you see just how cold and calculating he is. This man, who seemed like a regular down-to-earth guy, is then capable of just blowing up his wife to keep her from falling into the hands of the police and talking. And then he doesn't really mention her after that point. The movie does a good job of making you feel that they really were in love and that they had a history, but there is something chilling about how cold-bloodedly he can just shut the door on that part of his life so quickly. The movie, things then take off as both the local police are investigating and the mob. For once Charlie and his one remaining partner, Harmon, played by Andrew Robinson of Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Dirty Harry fame, count up the money, they realize that there's a lot more than should have been in that bank. And the fact that the bank is only reporting just over $2,000 stolen is very suspicious. So, they quickly find out that the bank was a drop point for the mob in their money laundering. So now the Chicago mob has sent a hired killer who just goes by the code name Molly, played by Joe Don Baker, after them. And this may be Joe Don Baker's best performance. One thing you can say about Don Siegel is that he knew how to direct actors, and old or new talent, he could get the job done with them, and he really does it here. Despite him becoming a bit of a punchline on Mystery Science Theater 3000, Joe Don Baker did have enough talent to get cast in James Bond movies 3 times. He is charismatic, and in this movie, surprise, surprise, he's thin. And he actually does come off as a menacing force that is closing in as Charley Varrick tries to at first get out of the country and then find a way to try to return the money to the mob without getting killed. And it all comes together in a very tightly paced thriller that will keep you glued to the seat for its entire 90-minute runtime. It's not the most action-packed movie ever made, and I wouldn't say it's even one of the best films of its type from the 70s, but But like everything Don Siegel made, it is very well done. And it does have a and it does have a and it does have a bit of a surprise ending that I didn't see coming. It does a good job of, and everything in it is set up, and it does a good job of setting it up. You're constantly wondering in your head, okay, how's this going to be used? What is he planning to do with this? Yeah, and also the setting of being in Albuquerque, New Mexico, helps it stand out from other films of the time in that it's not set in a big city. They're scouring the country. It's scouring the countryside, going through deserts and small town, and even the large city they go to has a small town feel to it. So it's very much so it has a and that lends a very unique atmosphere, and it as things go on. This movie is also packed with that guys. Other than Walter Matthau, there aren't any big name stars in it. But if you've watched a lot of television from the 60s, you'll constantly be going, hey, it's that guy. Hey, it's that guy from The Trouble with Tribbles. Hey, it's that guy, you know. Hey, it's that guy, you know. It's that woman from that sitcom. Hey, it's Garrick from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and he's playing a harmonica. It's that lady. It's Aunt Bee's friend from the Andy Griffith Show. Yeah, it's all sorts of things. There are all sorts of things, and this movie, it's for its intensity and its depiction of cold-blooded evil. It does have moments of lightness. Like, I think the best moment in it is when the police track down Charley Varrick to his trailer, and they surround it with like 50 guys, and then they go storming in, guns blazing, only to find, of course, he's not there, and the neighbor lady then calmly just walks over and gets the best line in the film in my book when she says, "If you should have asked me. I could have told you he wasn't home." And and it's not the most impactful movie you'll ever see, but it doesn't waste time, and it just goes by in its 90 minutes. It tells its story and moves on, and to be honest, there isn't much special about it besides the performances, and that I think this is also one of Walter Matthau's best performances, although I don't think I've ever seen Walter Matthau give a bad performance. But you won't regret watching it. It's not the most special film ever made or anything. It didn't revolutionize its genre. But it is a pleasant way to spend part of your afternoon when you're snowed in and have nothing to do. So, it's on Netflix. It's one of many great 70s films that have just been dropped on Netflix all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on, but hey, Netflix, keep it up. So, pull it up on Netflix if you have it, and give it a watch. I don't think you'll regret it. Well, anyway, thanks for listening. Have a nice day.